What if Neo was in MHA? Chapter 12. Victory or defeat? Get those foam fingers in the air. It's almost time for the last round. But before that, good news for everyone who didn't make the finals. We've prepared some side games everyone can participate in. We even brought in cheerleaders from America to get your blood pumping. Present Mike said. Azawa, Present Mike and the students noticed something. Hold on, Present Mike said. What are they doing? Azawa asked. The girls of Class 1AM were wearing cheerleading outfits. Looks like Class 1AM is going full on fan service, Present Mike said. Kaminari and you tricked us. You're gonna regret this, Momo yelled. Izuku looked towards Neo and blushed seeing her in a cheerleading outfit and with cute pigtails. Neo. You look cute. I like the pigtails, Izuku said. Neo blushed and covered her face with her hair. Oh, look at you two being all cute. I knew you'd like the pigtails, Cinder said. The pigtails were your idea, Izuku asked. Indeed, they were. I know what my man likes, Cinder said. Cinder then got up close. By the way, we're not wearing any underwear, Cinder said. Izuku's face flushed. Well, meet up later to show you our cheerleading, Cinder said. Izuku went completely red. It was now time for the 16 students to draw lots. Before we move on to drawing lots, Team Shinso, have you decided which one of you would advance to the final round? Midnight asked. Shinso raised his hand. Yes. I will be advancing to the final round, Shinso said. Ojiro and a boy from Class 1B were looking distraught, whilst Aoyama was staring into the distance. Very well. Hitoshi Shinso will be advancing to the final round. Now, please come up and draw lots. One by one the students drew lots. Take a look at the bracket, my dears. These are your opponents, Midnight said. The first matchups were Izuku vs Shinso, Shoto vs Zero, Neo vs Kaminari, Tenya vs Mina vs Cinder, Momo vs Emerald, Mercury vs Kirishima and Eureka vs Bakugo. I'm the first match of the bracket. Which mean I might fight Todoroki next. Great. But first I have to worry about this Shinso guy, Izuku thought. That is you, right? Izuku Midoriya, Shinso asked. Izuku jumped. A pleasure. So you excited, Shinso asked. Izuku was about to respond when Ojiro's tail covered his mouth. Not so fast, Ojiro said. Shinso smirked and walked off. Ojiro then removed his tail from Izuku's mouth. Ojiro. What's the deal, Izuku asked. You can't say a word to him, Ojiro said. Present Mike then announced the start of the side games. Meanwhile, Ojiro had taken Izuku to a waiting room. So, his quirk is that he can control people. Can I beat something like that, Izuku asked. Yes. By not giving him a chance to use it. He didn't get into my head until I answered a question he asked me before the second round. I think that's the secret behind his power, Ojiro said. So I have to be careful not to say anything or I'll lose for sure, Izuku said. Not exactly. Even if he gets you, there's still a chance. For round 2, I don't remember anything at all except the very end of the battle. I think we were running away after Shinso took Tetsutisu's headband. I bumped into another person and it was like I woke up. I was me again. And suddenly I was able to think clearly, Ojiro said. So that bump broke his hold, Izuku asked. Maybe. It's only a guess. Still. I don't know how much of a shock it would take to break his spell. And in a one-on-one match, you can't count on an outside force intervening to help you. Anyway, man, I hope that's helpful, cause it's all I know, Ojiro said. Thank you so much. You're a good guy, Ojiro, Izuku said. I know this may be selfish but... beat this guy for you and me, alright, Ojiro said. I'll do my best, Izuku said. Ojiro then left the waiting room. Izuku then got a message from Cinder to meet her and Neo in a supply closet to show him their cheerleading. A while later the side games had ended, and it was time for the first match. Izuku walked out onto the arena coming face to face with Shinso. In a way, this is a test of how strong your spirit is. If you know what you want your future to hold for you, you can't worry about what other people think. That monkey gave up so easily, went on about his pride, Shinso said. Begin present, Mike announced. But I just think he's an idiot for giving up so easily, Shinso said, making Izuku angry. Don't you talk about him that way, Izuku yelled, charging at Shinso. Shinso smirked as Izuku fell under his mind control. That's it. I win, Shinso said. I warned him not to say anything, Ojiro yelled. So here we are. You're lucky to have been so blessed, Izuku Midoriya. Now turn around and walk out of bounds. Izuku then began to walk out of bounds. What's going on? Why is he listening to Purple Guy, Cinder said. It's the guy's quirk. He can control anyone who responds to him, Ojiro said. Interesting. He could be useful, Cinder thought. As Izuku walked towards the edge of the arena, he saw several shadowy figures looking at him from the entrance. One of them looked more clear than the others. Izuku then felt a rush over his body. Two of his fingers began to charge with one for all before twitching, creating a huge gust of wind. Izuku gasped and panted as he was now free of the mind control. What's this? Midoriya stopped just in time, present, Mike announced. No. Impossible. You're not supposed to be able to fight back. What did you do? How'd you do that? Shinso asked. Izuku began to slowly walk towards Shinso with a fierce glare. Shinso then tried everything to get Izuku to answer again, but it was no use. Izuku then ran towards Shinso. Izuku grabbed Shinso by the neck with his robotic arm and slamming Shinso into the ground. Izuku continued forward, dragging Shinso to the edge of the area. He then lifted Shinso up, holding him in the air above the edge of the arena. What do you know about being blessed? Do I look so blessed with my scar and robotic arm? Cause I for sure shit don't feel blessed, Izuku said. Izuku then threw Shinso out of the arena and into the wall. Shinso is out of bounds, Midoriya is the winner, Midnight announced. Izuku then walked to the then entrance to the arena. Damn it, Shinso said. You have a powerful quirk. Just a shame that's all you relied on. Perhaps you should start focusing on other aspects of yourself. Don't give up, you still have 2 more chances, and hey, you made to the final event, perhaps there's still a chance, Izuku said. Izuku then walked off. Izuku went to see Recovery Girl to get his broken fingers healed. All Might and Neo had come along as well. That should do it, Recovery Girl said. All Might. I had some kind of vision in the match, Izuku said. The three gave Izuku a confused look. There were people. Maybe 8 or 9 of them. I'm not sure. When I was under Shinso's control it felt like my brain was full of fog or something. But when those visions appeared it completely drove the fog away. That's when I was just able to move my fingertips. One of the figures had eyes like you, All Might. Do you think it was the past user doing? Izuku asked. Spooky. I'm a ghost, All Might quivered. Huh. I thought you'd have an answer, Izuku said. Actually, I saw something like that, too. In my younger days. It's a sign that you're getting closer to making one for all your own power, All Might said. What was it? Izuku asked. I think it's the trace of the user's spirit that's left behind in One for All when it's passed on. Don't worry though. Whatever you saw, it won't be interfering. I believe that it was your sheer willpower that allowed you to overcome Shinso's power just long enough to twitch your fingers, All Might said. Neo pouted. You're right, that wasn't a satisfying explanation, Izuku said. Forget about it. You have your next match to worry about, All Might said. You're right, Izuku said. Izuku and Neo then left to watch the next matches. Meanwhile, after his defeat, Shinso had wallowed but had taken Izuku's words to heart. Such a shame. Someone with a power like yours has been overlooked by everyone. Everyone except me, Cinder said, coming out from the shadows. Who are you? Shinso asked. Someone who wants to help, Cinder said. The next matches came and went. Shoto quickly won his battle with Zero, covering half the stadium with ice. Izuku noticed that Shoto seemed a bit ticked off. Neo easily won her match against Kaminari, using her quirk to gain an advantage to get behind Kaminari before the match started and pin him to the ground as soon as Midnight announced the beginning of the match. Tenya won his match, but not the way he expected to. Mai had used him to display her support items to investors before dropping out. Whilst Mina put up a good fight, she wasn't able to overcome Cinder's raw power. During Momo's match against Emerald, something was off. Emerald was able to just walk up to Momo and hit her, whilst Momo just looked around frantically like she was desperately trying to find where Emerald was. Even though it was clear as day where Emerald was to everyone else. The match between Mercury and Kirishima was more of a test of endurance. Kirishima's hardening made Mercury's kicks less effective. But over time Mercury was able to wear Kirishima down and thus winning the match after Kirishima conceded. And finally, the match between Bakugo and Uraraka. It was the most impressive display of battle prowess so far. Uraraka was able to use her quirk and the chunks of cement Bakugo blasted to create a meteor shower. She relasted the chunks of cement and charged towards Bakugo, planning to use her quirk to make him float, but it was to no avail. Bakugo created a massive explosion, blasting all the falling debris into dust and blasting Uraraka away from the blast force, and causing her to pass out. Shortly afterwards it was time for the quarterfinals to begin, with the first match being between Izuku and Shoto. As Izuku was making his way to the arena, he bumped into the flame hero, Endeavor, Shoto's father. Endeavor, Izuku yelled. Ah! I was looking for you. I watched your fight against the brainwashing guy. Your power is pretty impressive. To create so much wind pressure just by flicking your fingers. It reminds me of another quirk. You seem to have much in common with All Might, Endeavor said. I suppose do. Sorry, but I should get going, Izuku said. Izuku then walked past Endeavor. It's my Shoto's duty to surpass All Might as the #1 hero. And his match with you will be a good testing ground of how much training he has left. So hit him hard. Don't disgrace yourself or him by holding back. That's all I wanted to say. I apologize for bothering you, Endeavor said. Endeavor. I am not All Might, Izuku said. What? What are you talking about? Endeavor asked. And the same goes for Todoroki. He may be your son, but he isn't you, Izuku said. Izuku then walked away, heading towards the arena. The first match of the second round is about to begin, and it's going to be epic. It's the guy who won his last match by a landslide. Or more accurately, an ice slide. It's Shoto Todoroki. And his opponent, the kid that almost walked out of the ring, but was able to pull out a victory at the last minute. It's Izuku Midoriya, present mic announced. Izuku and Shoto walked onto the arena and came face to face with each other. So here we are, Shoto said. And only one of us can win, Izuku said. Prepare for Midoriya versus Todoroki. Begin, present mic announced. End of chapter 12.